Okay, hi everybody. Um, my name is Ken,
I'm Hannah.
and we are a podcast now. Look at us go.
Trying to be anyway.
We're working on it. Um, Figuring out audio and video for the last several hours, and now here we are, formally introducing ourselves to you as Wisdom Save. So you're probably listening to us on YouTube, unless we magically became famous, in which case, hey, from Spotify? Is that where all the cool kids are podcasting nowadays?
I don't know. There's a whole bunch of other weird platforms that we could potentially go onto, but that's a future thought.
Let's call it YouTube. Hi, YouTube. I guess we just want to kind of talk about some of the basic plans for how this podcast is going to go and, what you can kind of expect from us. So we are probably going to be uploading videos like somewhat sporadically at first until we figure out a general game plan, but right now our goal is we're kind of just gonna like,
Try for once a week.
yeah, like around once a week. And the general gist of it is we are just two people who know random facts about things, and we're gonna teach the other person about something that's interesting or fascinating to us.
Or sometimes we're just going to talk about random stuff.
See, I feel like that's going to be more exciting to me because, like, I feel like I like the idea of talking with you more than talking at you.
Well, I mean, when we teach each other things, we're going to
Yeah, there's
talk
only
to each other.
right. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of excited about the idea of podcasting in general. Um, but I also have a less than not less than small. I have a lot of stage fright, despite the fact that people tend to say I'm kind of charismatic. I guess. So, oh wait, I can just edit the likes and ums out.
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna be so charming. Never mind. Forget any of that. Um, but yeah, so we're gonna try to go for like a semi-weekly thing. We're gonna start by uploading here on YouTube, um, at least for the foreseeable future. Things would kind of have to go pretty crazy for it to change to anywhere else. But YouTube's a pretty decent format. We figure the game plan is kind of just, people can tune into our videos, listen to the two of us just kind of chat about interesting topics for like what, between like an hour, hour and a half, we thinking?
We're thinking the shortest episodes are going to be an hour. Run of the mill, we're going to try for an hour and a half. We're only going to go up to 2 and try and not go past that point. Uh, Pretty much we're just gonna try and keep it chill. Talk about things we like and or things we don't know about, things we do know about, just random crap.
And our early topics, because we have a couple of ideas that are already bouncing around for some of our first podcasts. Um, they're they're gonna be like things that one person is like really interested in or like knows a lot of information about, and that the other person like either isn't as familiar with or like doesn't know anything about, but the kind of the spin, the fun little twist on it is we don't know what each other's topics are. Like, I have no idea what she is going to spend a couple of episodes explaining to and introducing me to. She doesn't know what I'm going to talk about, so it's going to kind of be like a watch and learn experience for the first time, which we think is going to be pretty fun.
So at least for the first 4 episodes, we're gonna do one uh each talking about something that we know or kind of know and trying to tell the other person about. And then we're going to switch off. So Ken's going to talk about something he knows and that he thinks I don't. And then I'm going to talk about something that I think I know that I don't think he does. And then vice versa. And then we're thinking we're probably going to continue that kind of thing until we either find a different format to go by or we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, and then work on an episode together to just ramble on and then go 1, 2, 1, 2, and then mixed.
Yeah. So I think like in general it's going to kind of gravitate towards our interests, mostly mutual interests, but also like things that interest us that like the other person's going to like, become fascinated in.
But also one thing I was thinking about that was
Mhm.
super fun, which we may or may not uh, implicate. Implicate?
uh
Implicate.
sure. Yeah.
um, is uh, if people like actually end up liking the videos, or even if just a few people end up liking the videos, uh, especially if they're like people we like know, we can like get people to like either tell
Yes.
stories about topics that we've actually told, and then we can like talk about that on the podcast. People can ask us questions, and we can answer those.
Yeah, so like we're gonna probably eventually set up something like probably like an email address or something like simple and easy that people could like send like fun stories or like interesting anecdotes or things like that
Well,
too.
especially because right now we'll be on YouTube, so there's a comment section.
Yeah, see there you go.
So people
Oh,
can write in the comment section about things that they want us to talk about, and then we'll like research and talk. Like maybe we'll do an episode on something you want us to do.
ooh, fancy. Yeah, who uses email anymore?
Well,
Anyway,
if
yeah.
if we end up needing an email, we'll make one. But if not, then you can just write in the comments, and then we can read the comments, and we can either read your comments, questions, suggestions, all that stuff.
I hope we blow up like crazy so that our comment section can become a minefield. I feel like that's when you know that you've made it.
When
Like
you're
as a YouTuber slash like podcast or anything really. Like once you just have like verifiable garbage in the comments, like that's when you know it's like, all right, I'm it now.
I don't know. I think I'd prefer to keep it at least at a medium kind of level. Like I have no problem with staying small because then the few people that actually like us can like write things, and then you can just comment to like maybe 20 people and then have that be that, instead of having like 1,000 and have them all want to like punch each other in the face.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't really think I want the comment section to be vile. But like a little bit though. Anyway, moving on from that. So like I was kind of saying before, our general game plan is that we're gonna talk about mostly things that kind of interest us. We are both very much like, I mean, I would call myself a huge nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah, so along those lines, we're into like traditionally nerd fandom things.
Be like anime, D&D,
D&D especially. Hmm.
cartoons, like Studio Ghibli movies. That's not nerdy. That's just
Yeah, I don't know. Studio, like, I don't think that counts as nerdy because it's like
Magic the
cinema.
Gathering,
I like
video
Magic the Gathering.
games.
I'm like slowly working on getting you into Magic the Gathering,
I
but
like Ravnica,
it is cool. We
but I also hate Ravnica.
That's fair. Little inside anecdote for that one. I as a spin-off campaign, we have a weekly campaign, fifth edition Dungeons and Dragons. We've been playing in kind of our own constructed version of the Forgotten Realms. But we've been doing that for like somewhere in the neighborhood of about 5 years, going on 6 now, right?
Yeah.
Like fairly regular, like Friday night games, which gets harder and harder to do as you're an adult. But we still found a way to make it work. But every once in a while, people can't show up to certain events or like life gets in the way. So kind of as a spin-off campaign to our main campaign when not everybody can make it, we started a Ravnica campaign, and it was not entirely, but definitely partially my attempt to kind of like weasel her into magic and its storylines. I, I definitely think that you will learn to like the storylines probably of certain places, like the places that fascinate you, but like I don't, you probably won't ever play the card game, and that's
No.
fine. Like I've accepted that.
I'm
That's
bad
a
at card games. Anyway, but also speaking of D&D, we might, if people like listening to us banter back and forth enough, we might end up doing like a spin-off series of like D&D.
Ooh, yeah, actually, that's not a bad idea. I'm gonna give a shout out to my brother on that one because he's the one who kind of like put that idea into our head a little bit. But
Well, I've
um,
always wanted to do a online series of D&D. I just
oh
never.
yeah,
That's like why for during our first campaign, I like recorded a bunch of our sessions, which I have on my main YouTube channel.
right,
But like, they're such bad quality, and the audio is so bad.
yeah.
And
Phone camera propped up on a tripod behind, like over the shoulder,
yeah, and like
steady
in
shot for
dim
four
light.
hours.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
the
not
good
good.
stuff. Um,
But yeah,
yeah, so that might be actually a lot of fun. I have a couple of ideas because I mean, obviously, because it's a two-person podcast, we would be doing a like a one-on-one game. Thankfully, Dungeons and Dragons put out like mechanics to make a like one DM one player game function, which I can probably borrow those and kind of customize things as I'd go. But there's a couple of options like we can run. There's modules I can use for 1v1 games. There's like I have a brain full of crazy ideas, so we could always try to do something fun and creative, and maybe I could do something crazy like take fun NPC suggestions from the
there you
comments.
go.
Yeah, that way so that like my siblings and your siblings and our friends who are watching this can just shout NPC ideas at me.
There you go.
So that could be fun. But yeah, that's something I think we'd want to do like once we have like a better idea of
Of where
how.
this is going and
Yeah,
what's going on with it.
exactly.
But anyway, yeah, so for the most part, we're going to end up keeping it pretty free form. We've got a few different ideas of what we're going to do to start with. And if you got any suggestions or anything you want to chip in for ideas or like things you want to hear us talk about or anything like that, just let us know and we'll work on getting that out there.
Yeah. So I mean, basically, I hope you look forward to it. I hope you find our conversations at least somewhat interesting.
At least
Um,
good enough to go in the background.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, we want to kind of be like fun to listen to, chill to draw to, just like a nice, relaxing part of an afternoon. You know, I feel like
Morning, afternoon, night.
morning, afternoon, night. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, for all the night owls like you out
Oh
there.
yeah.
Our nearly opposite sleep schedules for a period of time. You sleep when the sun is up. I sleep when the sun is down.
Mhm.
we we live in the same room and see each other for a couple of hours a day.
Oh yeah.
but um, but yeah, basically that's kind of our short and sweet kind of sporadic plans for it. We'll kind of update you as things go.
And I hope we see you for the first episode.
Oh yeah, you should probably expect that like eventually. We think in like a week.
Maybe.
Let's say a week, and maybe we'll be wrong. But yeah, we're hoping to get something started within the next week or so, and we hope you tune in and
Hopefully we'll have a solid schedule very soon.
yeah. Well, thanks everybody for listening today. We hope to see you again soon. And do we have like a sign off?
Oh, we'll come up with one later. For now, we'll just say bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.